when you first got started practicing, what's something that you learned as a young lawyer that has stuck with you and continues to be part of how you practice today?
Oh man, where do I start? But there are a couple of things I think that probably, and I've told a few associates and young attorneys this myself, and even young, I taught at Baylor for almost 20 years, and I mentor some of those students as they
Yeah.
are in school as well as right when they leave. And some of the things that I've said before that came from my own personal experiences, I was both blessed and cursed with having a great early practice experience with some really nice folks, but horrible managers.
Hmm.
And so I learned as a baby lawyer that if I didn't want to work all night, Friday night, and all the weekend, I needed to manage my manager because they would come in on
Hmm.
Friday and something had to be due on Monday, and they would panic. And I knew that stuff was due all week, and then so I learned that when I learned basically to take responsibility for my own projects to the extent I could.
Sure.
And so managing my time and anticipating what was next were critical to me being able to get out of there on a reasonable time on a weekend.
Yeah.
So manage the managers was a big deal.
Yeah.
And I came up with and I've taught this to my associates years. You never, if you're talking with a partner and a partner is assigning you a project, you never leave their office without the DDB, the deadline, the deliverable, and the budget. So, before you
Ah.
say, all right, I'm ready to go, here's your project, Jim, I need this. Well, what form do you need? You need a memo, you need a letter, you need an email.
Right.
Um, when do you need this? You need this Thursday, you need this tomorrow, you need this 2 weeks from now. And then what's the budget? Is this something you expect me to spend 2, 3 hours on or 20 hours on? And I lived by this not only as a young associate, but I realized once I became a partner and had my own firm, that's the same rule I applied to my clients. I never hang out with the client without the DDB. Hey, what do you want? You want me to form the entity? What's the budget? When do you need this done by? And I found that following the
Yeah.
DDB process I have had very few conflicts about the budget being too high or spending too much time or I didn't get it delivered on time because I knew when it was supposed to be done. I knew
Yeah.
how much I was supposed to spend on it. So those are probably some of the biggest things I would give to a young attorney